So, just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. I basically do trading guides for both Xbox and PlayStation for all budgets, from silver trading to icon trading with shadow trading and special card trading. On top of that, I do investments for Weekend League, Pre-Team of the Week and event investing. And you do have the ability to DM me one-on-one with any individual questions. And you can get all this for £4.99 a month, or free if you have Amazon Prime.
Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video. So in today what we're going to be doing is a little bit different, I guess, from the normal RTG sort of stuff. And we are going to be covering a topic that is probably of high interest of you guys, which is when to go and buy the current Team of the Year's X Team of the Year nominees, X just your team in general basically, because it's a question I'm getting a lot on stream, so I thought might as well go and cover it in a video. So yeah, obviously, of hot topic at the moment, Team of the Year's. Very, very nice. You know, we're all enjoying, I guess, trying to open packs to try and get them. Yeah, obviously, you guys now want to use them. So, what we're going to be talking about in this video is just the general trend of when they should be the cheapest. What affects them in terms of rising or dropping. What's happened so far, even. What rises them slightly. What rises them a lot. What drops them slightly. What drops them a lot. What I expect with Future Stars coming out. And, yeah, then what will happen after Future starts. So, we'll talk about, I guess, what's happened already. What's happened already is these have become the cheapest on a Sunday. On the Sunday, sorry. Even if I go look at some of these nominees, let's just go and grab a few of them at random. We got the likes of Jonathan David. We're seeing right there. Cheapest Sunday, Monday. And then they rose from Monday onwards. Again, we go look at Kyle Walker. Once again, cheapest Sunday, Monday. And then they rose Monday onwards. We can also go and do this with the Team of the Years. Cheapest Sunday, Monday, Monday onwards. You know, this is all news you guys probably know if you've been observant of the Team of the Years as such. Again, cheapest Sunday, Monday, rose onwards. So, yeah, I mean, this is the completely normal trend. I can go and show you a few players in previous years' promos. We've got the likes of Kieran Trippier. Became here again, cheapest on the Monday. If we can go back here. Cheapest on the Monday, rose onwards. We can even go as far back as Road to the Knockout stage. Very, very early promo. Once again, cheapest on the Sunday, Monday, and rose onwards. Then on Xbox, which is interesting. We go even into Team of the Group stage, just back in December. Cheapest on the Sunday, then rose onwards, then dropped. So we can see that this is the sort of trend we're kind of expecting. A Friday to Friday promo will normally have players rising from the Sunday, Monday onwards. It's completely normal. And this is the exact same thing that's happened once again with Team of the Years. Again, I can go and show you the honourable mentions. We're going to pick I don't know, let's go and pick Conde, for example. Cheapest on the Sunday, Monday, and they should be rising onwards. So, the general trend is that they should rise till Friday. And, you know, in a perfect world where nothing happened in terms of SVC's content, preview packs, that is what would happen. But there are certain factors that will either rise them more or drop them between here and Friday. So, between here and Friday, what you can imagine is, get the old paint up, why not? Basically, there's your graph. So you got till Monday, so you got Sunday, Monday, start flattening up, and what will happen is they'll rise and rise and rise in a perfect world. Well, this doesn't necessarily happen. And the reason this doesn't necessarily happen is because people don't necessarily actually hold on to these Team of the Year cards, especially the Team of the Year nominees. For example, if you guys cast your memory back to yesterday, and I'll sort my Xbox out, yesterday obviously we went and got that pack, giving an old SBC player. Well, let's say I had Team of the Year nominee, honourable mention, sorry, Conde. And I go, well, I don't have enough coins to go and do this SBC. It's like, this SBC's sick, you know, all these people are packing flashback Kantes or whatever. I don't have enough coins to do this SBC. So I have to go and now sell my Conde to go and do the SBC. And if we go have a little look what happened after 6 PM yesterday, 6 PM, Conde went from 250 all the way down here to 240. So that's a 15k drop. So even though these cards are meant to rise till Friday, you're going to come across hurdles like this that are going to go and drop the price of your Team of the Year nominee cards, especially so. On top of that, obviously, our pack special cards also would have taken a hit yesterday, because people, what they do is there's 3 reasons to sell Conde. One is that I go and need the coins to do the SBC, so I need to sell Conde to go and have the coins to do the SBC. 2, let's say I win and pack that, I don't know, let's say I go and win and pack PK, and I've already got Varane. So I went and packed that cool PK, that was a showdown SBC. I've already got Varane, and now there's no room for Conde. So I'm going to sell Conde because he's going to exit my team because I'm building my team around different players. And that's really just the case, you know, there's 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, I need to sell Conde to have the coins to do the SV. Scenario number 2, I need to sell Conde because I've packed another centre back and now I'm changing my team around. So That is why we see a drop in Conde, even though, as I say, the normal trend is that they're going to rise till Friday. And this is really just how the rest of the week is going to go for these Team Year nominee players, pack players. Now, this didn't actually affect... what's it called? The Team of the Years anywhere near as much as it affected the Team Year nominees. Got a few examples here. So, if we look how it affected David yesterday, David went from 93 down here to 85, and he's started rebounding since. And again, I could go and pick another one while I'm here. Why not? Let's go and pick Carl Walker as well. And there you go. Carl Walker went yesterday from 100k down to 97. I'll be honest, it's nothing that crazy. They probably hit lower prices, but he has actually rebounded since. So, yeah, David hasn't actually rebounded to the price which previously. Walker hasn't been as bad. So it's slightly subjective. But you can definitely see that they're taking a hit due to the content. But if we actually go look at some of the more expensive cards, they actually weren't too bad. Cancelo didn't really drop for this SBC, just became quite inflated in the first place. So, Cancelo's had no movement. If anything, he's probably up. Cancelo's the same as he was yesterday. So, if we didn't have the SBC we had yesterday, he probably would have been higher than he was yesterday, but because we had the SBC, there's been a little bit of selling, a little bit of people changing their teams around, and he hasn't actually been inflated. Obviously, someone like Kylian Mbappe, what in that SBC is going to get you selling Kylian Mbappe? You can see yesterday we saw absolutely no movement. If anything, we saw the market rise because, I don't know, maybe people expected there being some content that would drop him. There wasn't some content that would drop him, so instead he did rise. Since then, he is back down again, so it's probably just a little bit of panic buying, so yeah, nothing really to worry. Overall trend with Mbappe at the moment is that he is rising out of packs. He's risen 200k since Sunday. Then we go to Hakimu. Look at his trend yesterday. He was actually down a little bit since 6. Again, he kind of had the same trend as Cancelo, where he's a little bit inflated during the day. 720 went down there to 706, rebounded to 710, and again, he's done the same as Cancelo. His same price as he was yesterday as a whole. And then we go look at Donnarumma. Because Donnarumma is a lot cheaper, you're going to see a lot more people selling their Donnarummas to go and do the SBC. Again, prior to the SBC, Donnarumma was about 230, averaging about 230 all day. And then went down there to 216 and hasn't recovered since. So Donnarumma, due to being a cheaper player and more likely to be panic sold to do the SBC, has gone down in price. Had a look at Jorginho, and again, Jorginho is once again probably averaging about 1,080,000. Went down to 1,030,000 and since has rebounded to 1,050,000. So once again, another player affected via the SBC. And that is what happened off the back of yesterday. So yesterday is one of the dropping factors. You know, if an SBC is released, or if an upgrade SBC is released, it will drop the market. Now, this is going to be way more the case with, if I can go and find the link I want. I do have a link ready. There we go. These SBCs, if you remember last week, these one where we got like the 10 times 83 and the 3 times 85. Now, if we go and get an insane amount of these, yesterday's SBC, yes, dropped a few Team of the Years. These SBCs, not only if they release them repeatable or you know, with some of the maths allowing you to do them, not only would they drop the Team of the Years that dropped yesterday even more, but they'd even probably touch some of the Team of the Years that didn't move as much. Probably start touching, I think, stuff like KDB. Don't know if they're quite touching Mbappe, but they're definitely touching the more expensive players, especially because there's, you know, obviously, if they're repeatable, so there's a chance people will be packing the Messis and therefore dropping as such. So, you know, if there are no SBCs, we'd expect Team Year nominees to keep rising and rising and rising, due to there being no reason for you to go and, you know, why would I go and sell David if there's nothing, you know, to replace him with or anything? But if they go and release these SBCs, they go and release the 10 times 81 SBCs, then they're going to drop. They're going to drop every single day we get the 10 times 81 SBCs. They're going to drop every single day we get the 3 times 85s. Now, there are no leaks for these, and it's very weird because we've had no big upgrade SBCs since Team Year was released, even though we did last year. But, yeah. So the reality is, Team Year nominees, Team Year is going to keep rising till Friday, unless we get upgrade SBCs. And the more demand of the upgrade SBC, the more the Team Years drop. So, in terms of buying them, I mean, I'll explain a little bit later, I guess, when it comes to buying them. So that's that. So between today and Friday, they're going to rise every day. We get upgrade SBCs, that drops them. The only thing that drops them are the preview packs, but we never presume we're going to get preview packs because preview packs are a very, you know, unfrequent thing drop. So as they don't drop it very frequently, you know, we don't presume stuff that's unlikely to happen, basically. So that is always going to happen up until Friday. Now, from Friday onwards, we are having Future Stars. I don't know if you've seen Future Stars, but the team that we are getting is looking pretty nice. If we can head over to the resident leaker, that is Mr. Foot Sheriff. Now, this is the team right here. We got Bellingham, Vahalovic, Smith Rowe, Tuchemani, Damsgaard, Konate, Pedro Porro, who's a right back for Sporting Lisbon, Matthias Tuna, Ndika, which is a Bundesliga centre-back, Goncalvo Ramos, which is a centre-forward from Benfica, Botman, Ligon, Lilla centre-back, and Trincao, obviously the Wolves left winger. Also, guys, have Cody Gakpo, obviously the left mid from PSV, and João Pedro, who is... João Pedro, Dan. Come on. Come on. Let's not disrespect João Pedro like this. João Pedro. It won't be that one, it will be this one. It will be Wolves' João Pedro. There you go. But basically, we're getting this team into Future Stars. Now, obviously, the whole team with stats aren't leaked, but there are individual players that are leaked. I mean, there you go. Stuff like this. This Pedro right here, not a bad card. Not a bad card whatsoever. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't quite think it's actually Jorginho levels. But, you know, it is, you'd say a demanded card. If you can go and find the Tuchemani as well, that also got leaked, and that was a very nice card. What do we have here? Tuchemani, here we go. Tuchemani stats 84, 88, 82, 88, 86, and 93. Again, not quite Jorginho stats, but if you're going to go and compare it to a Goretzka, you know, Goretzka is probably more usable than a Goretzka in terms of links and, you know, in theory his stats may be more favourable. So, the cards are pretty good, right? The Future Star cards are pretty good. I'd say the Future Star cards are very easy to compete with these cards here. If you look at the Tuchemani versus the Goretzka. So, these cards, I think, will have a much higher chance of dropping with Future Stars on Friday. Normally what does happen is the current promo team will drop on a Friday with the new promo team coming out. And again, these players, I think, have a much higher chance of dropping, especially as we can see there are some competition in some certain positions. There's a lot more competition. If we can load up the list once again. And what I mean by that is there being players in the same position. So we've got Bellingham coming out. Obviously, that's direct competition for Goretzka. What else we've got Konate coming out. That's direct competition for Rudiger. And direct competition for Conde, both being French and Prem. So, you know, the cards are looking pretty decent. Again, they're looking quite competitive. So it all comes down to how much are Future Star cards. Because if they're going to go Lisa Konate, and that Konate is going to be as good as Rudiger, but he comes in very low pack weight, 300k, that is going to very heavily affect Rudiger. But let's say everyone's opened their packs, no one's got safe packs, they come out, that Konate is 600-700k. You know, as long as Rudiger's looking like the better card here, he's looking a lot safer. It'll probably take a small dip, because there are people who want to sell the Rudiger to try Konate, but, you know, it won't be anywhere near as bad if Konate's as good and he comes out as 300k. So, what will happen on Friday? Team Year nominees and players who aren't in packs are more likely than not going to drop. The only way they don't drop is if we get an underwhelming promo. An example of where we've had an underwhelming promo in the past is, if you guys remember, we had, we had numbers up after Rule Breakers. If you don't remember numbers up, you're not missing out much. It's those Adidas cards that had like +5, depending on what boots they had. And what you'll see is, if we can find out that this guy was in Team 1, so let me just find the following Friday. And then the following Friday. Well, there you go. Basically, going into the next promo, I think a better example would be Alessandrini if I have an Alessandrini up here. But, basically, whenever the current promo sucks, the previous promo rises, because everyone's like, well, why on earth would I want to use these cards? There you go, Alessandrini would be a perfect example. We also had numbers up after, not numbers up, sorry, I had headliners after Winter World Card. And because headliner cards sucked in comparison to Winter World Cards, these guys just banged and banged and banged, because no one was putting their money on the Winter World Cards. Sorry, no one's putting their money on headliners, they're putting their money on Winter World Cards. You'll see the exact same things happen with Team Yearbook or Honourable Mentions if the Future Stars sucked. But I'll be honest, you've kind of seen the Future Stars, so that won't be as much of a case. It'll be more of a case of how much Future Stars are. Future Stars are expensive, rises the price of Team Year Honourable Mentions because they're way better value for money. Team Year's Future Stars are really cheap. That'll drop the price of the Team Year Honourable Mentions because they won't be as good value for money. So one way or the other, we're expecting at least the Team Year Honourable Mentions and our pack special cards to drop on Friday, at least slightly. Now, when it comes to Team of the Years, it's a bit of a weird one, because the Team of the Years actually don't look like they're going to be too much competition by the honourable mentions. You compare like De Bruyne, Jorginho, or Kante to those Toty'S stats, and you know, they're just a lot better. The only problem with Team of the Years is, if we look at traditions, if we look at year after year, for example, let me go and show you like Trent of last year. These guys just don't hold in price. You know, like history says that these guys, as soon as team year ends, there's just, you know, the demand absolutely drops off for them. Like, here we go, look. It's a little bit of buyback, and then he just drops. If we show you the overall graph, he just drops, and he drops, and he drops. Now, I'll be honest with you, he actually did rise here, going in for future stars, but then after he just dropped and dropped. So, I'll be honest with you, in terms of Team of the Years, unless you're probably buying, I mean, even like right now, like I think last year the only ones that didn't drop was Kante and Mbappe. So to buy Team of the Year and presume that they're not going to drop and drop and drop is very risky, because only 2 out of 12 last year did that. So, can you buy Team of the Year and not lose coins? Not really. When would be the best time to do it? Probably wait till Friday. The reason I'd wait till Friday is because you might see a bit of movement with the likes of future stars. What else do we have? Oh yeah, what will basically happen, by the way, is the market will drop on Friday, and then it will do the exact same as it would this week. So, if we have good upgrade packs, and we have good SBCs, that will drop the price of Team of the Year honorable mentions, and out-of-pack specials, and maybe the cheap Team of the Years. If we don't get any good SBCs next week, if we don't get any good upgrade packs, what's going to happen is it's going to drop on Friday, and they're going to rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. So, I'd say how big the drop is on Friday depends on how good the future stars are and how good value for money they are. And how good the rises after that drop completely depends on the SBCs. Oh god, and obviously that's not something I have any idea. I mean, the leaked SBCs, Tomiyasu, but that card didn't look that crazy, I'll be completely honest with you, off of the back of the predicted stats. And then is that all she wrote? So we've basically got, I say, they're the cheapest on Sunday, and they rise between Sunday and Friday. Depending on the upgrade SBCs, depends if they drop or rise. Better the content, the more it drops. No content means the market rises really well going into Friday. Not amazing value for money upgrades and SBCs means the market rises going into Friday. Good value for money upgrades, the more it drops. Repeatable upgrades drops. Preview packs crashes. Then as of Friday, I say that's going to probably be your best time of buying your out of pack play. Or sorry, the team you want to use. Honourable mentions, and because the market will rise from Saturday onwards unless we get good upgrade SBCs or we get very good future star player SBCs. And that is it. So buy time, Friday. Friday, unless you're a Team of the Years, and if so, there's never really good buy time, but I'd still would probably back Friday. But again, you can't really buy Team of the Years without losing coins. It's very, very hard to do. Just having a little look right here. Yeah, you see right here. Best buy day right here is, it won't say Friday, but Friday we should have had a nice little low dip. Friday, Saturday, and then you did see a bit of a rise, but you see that from that initial rise, I mean, you did rise going into the following Friday, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, these guys just, they aren't good out of packs. Team Honorable mentions would be a lot better because they're a lot, a lot cheaper, a lot easier for people to use in people's teams. On the other hand, because they're a lot cheaper, they're affected more via upgrade SBCs, and they're easier to replace. But I think that's about it. Friday, buy day. Thanks for watching, and hopefully it's been clear. And I'll see you guys in another video tomorrow.